Hello and welcome. You are now looking at the website stripe.com, and Stripe is a payment gateway that will allow vendors to take payments online using credit cards, Apple Pay, Google Pay, and other payment systems. It's also a billing platform so that if you have subscription customers or customers for whom you require an invoice, you can use Stripe in order to contact them. In more complex uses, Stripe can be used in order to pay out to third parties also, while being paid by others to fund certain activities. And the company is also in development, working with vendors to be able to issue plastic cards with currency and credits. The company maintains compliance with all major regulations, and at one time was the only major payment processor that took digital currencies such as Bitcoin. So in this course, we'll look at Stripe as a payment gateway in order to take payments for both digital and physical products that you might sell both in person and online. To do that, we'll be going inside of Stripe to look at the major systems that you'll be able to set up in order to use Stripe as your own payment gateway to take payments. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I'll see you in the first video. Welcome back. Now, Stripe has pricing for every transaction that you generate. Whether that transaction comes through your website or someone purchasing a service from you through an invoice, you will be paying Stripe a fee. And that fee is going to be 2.9% of the dollar amount plus 30 cents per successful card charge. Now, international cards are going to be slightly different. There's going to be an additional percent paid for that kind of card. If through an invoice you're paid through ACH debit, that is going to have specific pricing with it also. Now you'll note that if you're using in-person payments with specifically Stripe Terminal, the cost will be slightly less than the typical transaction that occurs through your website. If you have a chargeback, the cost will be $15 per dispute, whether you win that dispute or not. You'll also note that when you receive a Stripe payment, that payout can take between 2 and 3 additional business days before it's deposited into your bank account. Now, when you begin processing live payments, the very first payment won't hit your bank account for 7 to 10 days after you generated the transaction through the Stripe gateway. So you'll want to keep that in mind when you're actually going to be adding your bank account to your Stripe gateway. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. Now to start your Stripe account, you'll click Start Now. And then what you'll need to do is you'll need to write in a name, your full name, password, and then you'll need to confirm to start the creation of your Stripe account. Now, if you know specifically how you're going to use Stripe, you can use either one of these wizards to get started. What you can also do is click this link, which skips straight to the Stripe dashboard. What you'll first need to do is to activate your account. And once you have started your account, you'll notice that you should have an email that you've already sent. If you haven't received that email, you're going to click this button that says Resend Verification Email. You'll then see the email in your box. You'll then want to click Confirm Email Address. Once you do that, you'll then want to log in with the password that you created. And then you'll click Confirm Your Email. You'll then need to complete the rest of the activation process, including your business address, your business phone, your business entity, your employer identification number or tax ID number. If you use your social security number, if you are in the United States, you'll want to use that number. You'll need to write in your business website. And then you'll need to give Stripe some descriptive information about your business. As the account owner, Stripe will ask you specifics about your personal relationship with the business. And if you want to verify your identity by using your social media account, you can do that here in this area. You'll then need to add in banking details, including the routing number for your bank, as well as the account number. You can also add in two-step authentication to protect your account. And once you've completed all of this information, you can click this blue button to submit your application to Stripe in order to activate your account. If you need to come back and fill in more information, you can click this button that says Save for Later. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. To start the setup process, we're first going to go to this link that says Settings. It's going to open up the Business Settings section. And what we're first going to do is we're going to work with these business settings. And you'll start with your account information, where you'll write in your account name, your statement descriptor, which is what people will see when they get a charge from you. And then you'll want to make sure that your contact information is properly reflected. You'll then need to submit all of your taxing information, including your entity, your legal name, and then your tax identification number, and update this information for your profile. You'll then update your branding. And by going to this link, what you'll be able to do is you'll be able to add in your icon and/or logo, as well as to change your accent color. And once you have the design elements for your email receipts, your hosted invoices, and checkout the way you want them, you can then click Save. And you've now completed your business settings. Now in the next video, we will complete the payments and payout settings within the business settings section for Stripe. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. Now also in the business settings, you're going to find a column of settings that you'll need to take care of for payments and payouts. And the first of those settings will be your bank accounts and scheduling. And it's here that you will add in your business account. You'll need to have your routing number and your account number so that you'll be able to connect your bank account to Stripe. This will be the account that Stripe will send your payments to after the waiting period. You can set a payout schedule. So if you want to have your payments sent every day so that as they come in, Stripe will send them in a bundle, you can have them sent that way, or you can have them sent every week or every month. Once you determine how you want your payments to be sent, you can then click Save. You'll then need to determine your payment methods. And what you'll basically be doing if you're going to be taking payments on your website is activating the cards level. And what you can also do is activate the bank credit transfer so that individuals will be able to use their bank account. Now there are other payment methods that you may want to add that will give you additional ways to get paid, and this will depend on your customer base and how they intend to pay you. But basically, once you have completed the cards and ACH credit transfer, you'll then be ready to accommodate most people paying online. If you have a way of being able to use Apple Pay, you'll need to use this link, and then you'll be able to alter your email receipts. Basically, what you'll be doing is you'll determine when Stripe will email your customers. So you can have your customer emailed when a payment is successful, as well as when there is a refund, and then you'll click Save. You can also set up your orders. And basically, you can determine whether your shipping will be free. And if you're selling primarily digital products, your shipping will be free. You can determine whether or not your taxes are going to be charged or included in your final payment, and whether Stripe will capture the payment when an order is made for a specific item. And once again, if you are primarily selling digital products and the individual will be getting their product immediately, you can leave this on the default setting. And we've now covered the payments and payouts. And in the next video, we will cover the team and security elements of the business settings. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. In this video, we're going to look at the team and security elements of the business settings. Now, you can add team members to your account so that they'll be able to do certain things that you designate without you having to give them your login and password. So you'll click this link that says Team Members. You'll then click this button that says Add New User. So for example, if you just want someone to see your account, maybe you have a partner, you can do that. If you want to have a support specialist, if you want to have someone who is analyzing your content, if you want to have someone who is going to be working on your platform, or if you want someone to be equal to you in terms of what they're able to do with the account, you can do that. Now, in most cases, what you'll be doing is adding a support specialist. What you're going to do is put that person's email address here in this area and then click the invite button. Once that person confirms, they'll then be added to your account. Now, you'll also be able then to see when other individuals are logging in and when your account was accessed. And if you have any connected applications to your Stripe account, you'll be able to see it in this final section. So now that we've looked at the business settings, so we've now completed the team and security elements of the business settings. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. Now in this video, we are going to work with Stripe Checkout. In order to do that, we're going to come inside of our settings, and then you'll see it within the Stripe apps. You'll then click Checkout Settings. Once you click Checkout Settings, if you have not enabled Checkout, what you'll need to do is to click this button that says Enable Checkout. And what you'll do first is you'll put your domain in where you're going to be using Stripe Checkout. Once you do that, you'll then click Save. Now, in order to use Checkout, the website that you are going to be using will need to be secured with an SSL license. Now, if you're currently using a virtual server, you can add in an SSL certificate to your site. In order to do that, you're going to go into your server control panel and you're going to type in Manage Auto SSL. And when you start typing Manage Auto SSL into the search, you're going to see this link come available. You're going to click that link. Now, it's possible that your host will give you a choice between a number of Auto SSL providers. What you're going to do is you're going to select that choice. You can then click this Create a New Registration with the provider. What you're then going to do is you're going to click Manage Users in this tab. You're then going to choose the domain that you're going to enable. You'll click Enable, and then once you've done that, you'll then click Enable Auto SSL. Then you'll select by checking the box, and then you'll head to the very top of the screen. Once you have your site selected, you'll then click Enable Auto SSL. Once you've done that, you can then click Check. Now, it will typically take time before you'll see your certificate available as HTTPS. And once it's ready, you can then begin working with Stripe Checkout. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Once you've enabled your site for SSL, what you can do is you can use a plugin with your WordPress website in order to use the Stripe Checkout Gateway. And so you can start the process by using a plugin called Stripe Simple Pay. And you'll notice that there are a number of plugins available for you to use Stripe with your WordPress website. You can actually choose the one that you feel is best for what you are trying to do. Now, for purposes of this video, we're going to install Stripe Simple Pay. Once we do that, we're then going to activate. You will then see Simple Pay Lite on your dashboard. You can click that link. What we're going to need to do first is to enter our Stripe API keys. So we're going to click this link that says enter them here. Once we get to this page, we're then going to click Retrieve your Stripe API test and live keys. Once you've entered the appropriate keys from your dashboard, you're then going to click Save Changes. Once you've done that, you're then going to click into your, once you've done that, you're then going to add a new payment form, and then you're going to add in your details, and then you're going to click Create. You'll then want to use your short code, copy it, and then head back to your WordPress installation. You'll then add in your pay button to your WordPress shortcode. Once you do that, you can then preview your page, and then you'll see your test pay button. When you're ready then to make your payment live, you'll then disable your test mode, and your pay button will be live on your WordPress website. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. Now, inside of the settings area in Stripe, you also have default billing settings. So if you click the settings link, and then you come to the middle where the Stripe apps reside, What you're going to do is you're going to click this link that says Billing Settings. Now Stripe does have a number of things that you're going to see by default. You're going to have automatic retries when for some reason a subscription has failed. And of course, if you have a way that you want to do it specifically, you can actually change those rules to custom by clicking this button. Now once you've invoiced someone and you have a certain number of days, you can set the invoice so that the individual will get reminders from Stripe. The one thing that you do have control over is the system of emails that Stripe will send on your behalf for renewal reminders, failed payments, and expiring cards. What you can also do is if you have an online account set up where individuals can change their information, you can add that information inside of Stripe. When you invoice individuals manually, you can change some of the text inside of the email that goes out by writing in to these dialog boxes, and we will cover invoices in a separate video. You can change the default settings for manual payments. So routinely, if you're going to be invoicing an individual and you want them to pay right away, you can change this default setting from 30 days to 1 day. And generally, whatever payment methods that you set up for Stripe, those are going to be the default payment methods that individuals can use in order to pay you. In this case, we have ACH and credit cards. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. Now within the business settings, you're going to notice that within the Stripe apps, there is a radar setting. And when you first open your account, you may be testing Stripe for radar. Basically, it's an engine that blocks payments with a high risk score where their algorithm detects something that looks like it may be a fraudulent payment up front. Basically, what radar does is it gives you the ability to set rules to block certain payments that look suspicious. And to do this, you will pay an additional 2 cents per transaction for this service. And so basically, this additional service will give you a block list, the custom rules that we just talked about, as well as insights on the kind of payments that you take in on a regular basis. And in fact, you'll see that as payments do come into your account, that Stripe will do a risk evaluation, and they'll let you know what that risk evaluation is as you see them. So if you want the additional protection of your already existing account, you can try Stripe Radar for free for a certain period of time. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video.